There are words that we often say in our vocabulary that's very hurtful. And I wanted to go over a few of them. I can't, I'm not something, not smart enough, not good enough. I should be. And one of my favorites that I tend to use a lot is I just. And the I just is I just don't have enough time. I just don't know if there's a market for that. I just am tired. Like all of these are the excuses we use or tell ourselves, but it's a subconscious belief that we are not going to or cannot do something. And it's all bullshit. If I'm being honest, what we say to ourselves is bullshit. This negative self talk doesn't do anything for us. It just challenges us more, not in a good way. I heard this word this week and we don't use it enough. We always talk about evolution, but we devolve. Every time that we say something hurtful to ourselves, we devolve and we need to cut it out. Like in Full House, cut it out. Like there is no room for that. Every time we do this, every time we put ourselves down, we're putting our dream on the back burner. We're putting an idea that we've had or a goal all to the back burner. Now, I know what you're thinking, Sarah. This is easier said than done. That we can just change and use an affirmation and everything will be okay. Like it does not work that way. Well, you're right. But the more we say hurtful things, the more it creates this barrier between us and our want, our need, really, right? So I wanted to share this story with you of a time when I told myself, I can't, I just, I should. It was so invalid. I always thought that I could never, with what I did for a living, with my fitness business, my stress management consulting, and health coaching, I thought that I could never move somewhere, move downtown, and move out of the state. And I have proven myself wrong both times because I decided to invest kind of what we were talking about the last session into soul building activities. So I made sure that I got out to my community. I've talked about my move to Chicago before, where I had essentially visualized and manifested a new home for myself, my perfect partner with manifestation by putting in these action steps. I was able to get what I wanted. But what I didn't talk about in those episodes was changing my words. My affirmations turned into I'm a strong, badass boss. I am a self starter. I am a lover. I am a communicator. I started saying I am strong word. I am this versus I am not. I can't. Right. So When I moved down to Florida, I had to put everything I did in motion from Chicago to here. It was challenging in the sense that I didn't know anyone here, but I showed up in the spots that I knew I could make a network where I felt most comfortable in. And similar to what I was saying in the last episode with soul building activities, I had to also build a soul network. It had to come from a place of integrity, and it had to be a place where my values were aligned. So I didn't just anymore. I showed up, but I had to tell myself positive things. Otherwise, I would have never done the hard things of going to those places. I showed up. I showed up and I found that there was a lot of strength in me. Even when I was in my third trimester and I was saying these positive things, I noticed my body was calmer. How crazy is that? And so I want you to choose an affirmation that really moves you forward. An I am positive statement is going to work. Don't put a just in there. Don't use I can't. Flip it to positive things. I wanted to share one that I absolutely loved using. We were taking a hypnobirthing class, and she told us to choose a calming, meditative affirmation because I kept on coming back to like I needed to feel more confident in the idea of birthing a human. I said, I am a hypnobirthing master. And just having those words strung together and saying them out loud, it made me feel like a badass, like I could take on anything thrown at me. And so I would say that to myself out loud, quietly, every day until we had Samara. And from doing that, I learned I needed to do that even after the birthing process. Say something that I truly wanted to feel. And then the more you say it, the more you believe it. That is the point of affirmations. So I know a lot of people tell you, oh, affirmations, like they're just a good thing to have. No, they're a game changer. They're not woo woo. They're not taboo. They are so good for our subconscious well being. So let's say I am more often and share with your friends, your family, what you're going to say to yourself more time and say, anytime I say something horrible about myself in front of you, can you remind me that I have an affirmation I should be using every day? Maybe even say it back to your friends. Try it. It will feel awkward at first, but you'll love it. This is an affirmation I say to you every single end of an episode now. Speak well to yourself on this self love journey. It's an affirmation. It's a command, but it's also an affirmation. I am going to speak well to myself on this self love, self healing journey. With that, I'll see you next time. Remember, you are all masters at life. You just have to show up for yourself with love and compassion.